I title it Extraordinary Situation, Extraordinary Solutions. My intention is to reflect useful, critical feedback to Mr. President on what the people feel about your management of the economy, the country. But this is Samson's take, so I must find some legal angle to it. The Constitution commands in the directive principles of state policy that the central job of governance is a sound economy. And that's exactly what you promised, Mr. President.
$1, 1 CD. In the time of Mills and Mahama, 2 CDs, $1. If I was them, I would say to the people of Ghana, I'm sorry. We are sorry for the poor work we have done. We're going to go and think about ourselves. But that is not the people we're dealing with. The fruits of office, the money under the table has become sweet for them, so they're determined to stay. Are we going to allow that to happen? Are we going to allow that to happen? In Kufuor's time, one of the people who advised and helped him develop a strong CD was my running mate, Muhammadu Bawumia. Then he was deputy governor of the Bank of Ghana. It's one of the reasons I brought him to come and join me, that we will work on the CD and create again a strong CD that will be able to allow us to develop our economy and allow our traders and our work to be able to develop. We have told the world that under our leadership, we're going to turn our back on the old economy, the raw material exporting economy, and build a new industrial value-adding economy in our country that will bring jobs for our people and especially for the young people of our country. That is the goal of the new NPP government and the administration of the National Government.
You have made some strides with your industrialization agenda. We know 1D, 1F factories are barely impacting the economy. Everything must be done to make them sustainable because this is the only path to a sound economy as commanded by the Constitution. And that is what will help us so that this country does not catch cold when a country millions of miles away sneezes. We can't be proud importing toothpick while touting industrialization. Article 162, Clause 5 of the Constitution says a journalist must avoid joining your PR team and then to tell you what concerns the people. After all, it is a natural, legitimate expectation that you will do your sole duty of applying their taxes and wealth to better their lot. The impression, especially after the election that delivered a vote of no confidence in the NPP in Parliament, is one that suggests you are either not bothered as much or you have simply lost it, and with bad advice. But it is difficult to think you will not be the most troubled man about our circumstances, exacerbated by COVID-19 and the Russia-Ukraine war. Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. Yet it is revoltingly nauseating to preach faith in a cathedral God to a people losing their businesses, some starving under the weight of a cedi depreciating on a daily basis. Stop repeating your "the battle is a lost" campaign refrain when talking about the economy at a time utility tariffs and cost of fuel are hitting the roof. You started on such a disastrous note with the historic bloated government of over 112 ministers for a poor country like ours. You justified it, but history will not forgive you for that. You created 6 new regions for the politics of it, ignoring the immense burden it brings to the public purse. You ignored every advice to solve an 8 to 10 billion cedi banking crisis with a whopping 25 billion cedis. It is not surprising when the World Bank said things were getting bad even before the global problems set in.
It affects all of us, and I'm worried even about the security implications of this, because we've seen things happening around the world, and we know, we are peace-loving people, but we should not be taken for granted. Some of them should. And so you can't look at that and say it's a business as usual. No. I know that, with all respect, I disagree. To say everything is going okay. No, it is not. Because it cannot be. Say, last week, we saw consistent here, 7.5, and 9.2. I mean, you cannot say there's something going on in the financial sector. The finance ministry, the central bank should have a handle of it. If they don't have a handle of it, they should do the honorable thing and step aside for people who are competent and strong to take the hard-nosed decisions, because they have to be firm decisions.
And that's Kobina Ejapong, your trusted friend. You have not listened to genuine calls to sack the minister, as he refuses to do the honorable thing to resign. Your government is still very bloated. Oseichi Mensah-Bonsu, who leads your party in parliament, selflessly preaches a constitutional overhaul to fix many things, including impose a lean government on not just you, but all subsequent governments. But before that, you have the power to downsize government significantly. The needless 2, 3, and sometimes 4 deputies in government agencies. The historic bloatedness of the office of the president. You can, in fact, cut your ministers down to 40 or less. We have been told that this country can run on 20 ministers. One of your own, Dr. Stephen Amoah, says delay because you have over-bloated the government agencies with too many deputies who have no business to do. I can't but share in the research by the University of Melbourne confirming that power does not turn everyone into a tyrant, but when giving to those who want it most, it can inflate narcissism. Watch those around you and the advice you get. That is my take